Hello everyone, welcome to the new video. So today we will discuss about GitHub Actions. Uh, Basically, yes, Jenkins was in demand earlier, but nowadays it is not that much used. But core concept are the same. We'll try to understand like what is GitHub Action and what are the key concepts in it, one simple Node.js CI workflow, and then the common use cases. Then I will show it in GitHub also, like how can you like where you can write the actions, how can you test it, so that we'll see later on. So GitHub Action, we have to write a workflow in it. So this workflow is defined in .github, a directory or folder. Inside that we have workflows, and there we this is a YAML. Again, this is a YAML file that we have to write. In this only we'll be mentioning the steps. So this is triggered. This workflow is triggered by the GitHub events. So events can be push, pull request, or issue. So when we have to mention like on. So in on we have to mention like at what GitHub event this workflow should trigger. Then in a workflow there can be jobs, one or more jobs, and those jobs run on a VM, fresh virtual VM, that we have to give runs on, and jobs are like this. Now each job has steps that run in order. A step can run a shell command or use an action. So inside the step we have inside jobs we give our steps, and they will run in order. If suppose we have to run something parallelly, then we have to define another job for it. Okay. So if there are something you want to run parallelly, then you have to define it in the under another job. And if you want to run something sequentially, then you can define it in one job inside the steps. So each job has steps that run in order, and step can be a bash script also, and it can be a simple action. And actions are reusable plugins or script that do something useful. Like we can define actions, like we don't have to write for setting up a Node.js or checkout of code. That there are already actions available that we can use. We can also make custom actions also, which we can just use by calling them. Okay, so this is how the workflow is written, and these are the key concepts. So name of the workflow, then on which GitHub event it should get triggered, then job. A job should run on Ubuntu. So this is the VM OS that we have to give. That will be, it will be a fresh VM provision, and on that VM all these steps will run. Then inside the step, what all thing has to be done? It should check out the code, and it should set up the Node.js, and what it should do, npm install and npm test. These steps should run. So common use cases are running test on pull request. So basically when we are on every pull request, when we want to run any sort of test, that whether the code quality is good, whether there are any bugs in it, then we can trigger this workflow. Linting and formatting check. So linting is also checking the code, bugs and security checks, and deploying to AWS, Vercel, Netflix, Firebase, releasing packages to npm of 5, uh, and automated code reviews or issue triaging. But you can also write like more of it, like it is a CI CD tool, so you can write more of this full workflow. So this is regarding the concept. I have made one public repository in my GitHub, and this just has a README uh, just for a test. So either what you can do is you can have a git bash installed in your in your in your machine, and you can configure the git bash with your GitHub. You have to configure your credentials so that whenever you push or whenever you create any file, that after pushing it, those changes reflects here. Or if you don't want to do all those things, like setting up and git bash or Visual Studio anything, then what you can do, you the GitHub is providing code spaces. So you can create code space on main. So it will create a code space on main branch, uh, and it will be having like it will be working like your Visual Studio, and same the terminal will be there, everything will be there, and you don't have to worry about configuration and establishing the connectivity. Okay, so okay, so this is just a readme file. Now if we have to create any workflow, then we have to do, as we know, we have to do GitHub. Then inside the GitHub, we have to workflows. Then after our workflow is created, we will create the file name as ci.yaml. So that is what our file will be. So we will be giving our on. So we can and this, as you know, it should follow the indentation. So just give a tab on push. I have to give on push. It should trigger this workflow. Then jobs tab. Then give the job name echo hello. Okay. Then it runs on. So give a tab. Runs on ubuntu latest. Then we have to give steps. Step name. So it should contain space. Say hello. Uh, Wait. And it should be run. It should say echo hello world. So what we have to do, this we can see the status. So basically we have one file that is newly created and it should be committed. So first we'll do git add and github workflows dot ci dot. So when we'll do git add dot github workflow ci dot ym, so it will add. Now we'll check the status. It is saying that changes to be committed. So we'll commit git commit -m added workflow. So that is done. Now if we do git push origin main, so it will push. Let's go back and see paper ecom Walmart. See, we added the workflow. Now we do some change. Git status. Okay. So we have modified. So if we do git commit hyphen a second, but you should give meaningful name. Second commit. Okay, with hyphen does not make sense. Sorry. So if we have to like do it in one and not you know do first add and then commit. So hyphen m. So it is done. Now if we go and see our code, so our workflow has run and it is echo hello push. On push it has triggered the job. So this is the simple and normal GitHub action that you can try. We'll go in advance in later videos. So that's all for today's video. I hope it's helpful. Please let me know your views in the comment section. Till then, take care. Bye.